Welcome to another video. Today is a chest, shoulders, and tris day. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, Joel, isn't that a push day? Well, yes. And no. Long story short, I'm going to refer to it as a chest, shoulders, and tris day rather than referring to it as a push day. And maybe if you see why when we go through it, you can drop it down in the comments. Just a little wordplay going on here. What is the reason for me doing a push day? Well, I did a push-pull legs for the last like 4 or 5 days, simply put because of the fact that I had a bunch of things come up that meant that I was going to the gym like very frequently. It wouldn't have been best for me to take rest days just with like all the stuff going on. I wanted to create more content, had a lot of things surrounding it. So for me to do like upper, lower, and like have no rest days, it would be pretty darn hard for muscle groups to recover from. So what I did was I was like, all right, so reasonably what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn it into push-pull legs for a little bit, do a little bit less overall, just basically hit the muscle groups enough to get stimulus, but not so much that I'm completely taxed out. And this is something you can do with your training. I think a lot of times people get very caught up with having to be hyper specific all the time. But if you actually understand the principles and your overall body when it comes to a fatigue standpoint, you can start putting pieces together so that you don't have to be 100% this is the way it goes, and this is the way it'll always go, and this is the way you can actually take and adjust to different scenarios and be able to, on the fly, adjust your split as necessary. Let us get to the push day. It also just so happens to be an echo meet today. So EJ, we got, how you doing, Will? Will Easy, the backflip maestro.
I try my best.
Who is that guy? Who is that guy?
I'd let the Chinese lady molest me if I was 9, right? Not only because she's super hot and I want to have intercourse with her.
Oh wow, he unstrapped just for me. Wow, that makes me feel special. How you doing, Charlie? Okay, so if you've ever been wondering about these machines, what's gonna happen is it's gravity fed, right? So if it's on this one up here, then it's gonna be hardest at the beginning of the movement. And then as this rotates upwards, obviously it gets easier. So if you had more weight loaded down here, it would get harder as the weight got lower. So for me, if I was to load this up, I would probably actually load more plates down here because I'm more concerned about what happens closer to the bottom of the motion for my lats than I am when it gets all the way to the top. But either way, you're gonna get gains, so do what you gotta do. For those of you... How you doing? Oh, I didn't even recognize you with that. Last time I saw you, you didn't have facial hair, and you were like, yeah, and you were like really close to stepping on stage. Yeah. So I didn't recognize him because he's all bulked up right now. Last time I saw him, he was like just gaunt and no beard and ready to step on stage. Yeah. You look good, man. Thank you. You look really good. What's the next show?
We got to wait like a year and a half.
Year and a half.
202 without pulling any water.
Okay.
So we got at least like 15 pounds of muscle put on.
Gotcha.
We're waiting a year and a half, maybe do junior nats in.
You can go up to 217. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. So he's got lots of, and his shape is really nice too. So when somebody has really good shape and comes in way under their weight cap, that's always a really good sign for the future. So like, I'll give you an example. Like a guy like Nate Bennett, you guys know who that is. Like he's got great shape and he looks great relative to guys who are a lot bigger than him, but he has a ton more weight that he can fill out. And then I've got like a guy that I'm working with right now, he's like struggling to make his weight cap. So it's like the ability to grow within that, it's a lot more limited.
Important to it. So many people are like, oh, well, I'll just grow. I'm like, gotta, some people can, some people can't.
So this guy's built for classic is basically what I'm saying. You look great, seriously.
Thank you.
Charlie, how far out are you?
9 weeks.
9 weeks. You see this? I've never seen this guy's face looking so snatched. My goodness.
Oh yeah, down 30 pounds.
He's gonna mog all of you. All of you. Just 8 weeks from now, it's just gonna be like straight carved out of granite. Getting ready for upper pec. A nice little fly motion. I'm not gonna use the cuffs today because trying to cuff into this machine when you're on your own can be a little annoying, and I don't want to go ask somebody for help. So I'm just gonna use the D handles today. Oh no, my motor units. So I did these with Nate the other day, And the way he did it was he actually took and put his feet up here and pushed himself back into the machine. I'm gonna see if he was onto something. To learn here, don't do what Nate does. That's the lesson to be learned here. Maybe this is just overkill. You like my Crocs? All right. Ooh. Okay. Cool. Not bad. I don't know if I'd say it's better than having the feet down. Oh, maybe. Feels pretty good. So somebody just asked, what's the number of sets optimal per week? Now, I could give you a general range that's basically going to cover our bases. I would typically say like somewhere between 4 to 12 in a week is probably going to make the most sense. Now, depending on how you go about your exercises is going to depend on, or I should say depending on how much overall volume you do, is going to be dependent on how you're actually splitting that volume up. So very rarely will I get to 12 sets in a work week because it doesn't really make sense with my overall programming. But pretty often I will get like 8 sets for a muscle group. So I would say based on how you're splitting it up, if you're doing, let's say you're hitting a muscle group 3 times a week. If you're hitting a muscle group 3 times a week and you're doing more than 2 to 3 sets in an individual day, that's a lot. It's pretty hard to recover from doing like 4 or 5 sets within 2 days. If you're going really, really hard. If you're not going that hard, then obviously that changes the entire conversation.
Just go hard for it.
But this is assuming you're going like very close to or to failure. So what I would say is if you're going 3 times a week and you're doing more than 2 to 3 sets in a day, that's a lot. If you're going 2 times a week and you're doing more than 4 to 5 sets in a day, that's a lot. If you're going once a week, you can pretty much do whatever you want. Because at that point, you're gonna be recovered by the time those 7 days are up. You're probably gonna be fine. So that's part of the reason why. A lot of people are like, well, like this person was still growing doing a bro split. They had crazy amounts of volume. Like, well, yeah, because they had 6 days to recover from that volume. You're gonna be able to recover from doing like 15, 20 sets in a day if you're giving yourself a full 7 days. You're probably gonna be fine. You're probably gonna be back to baseline by the time you get there. As far as recovery goes, it's mostly going to depend on how often you're going in a week. But I would say if you're getting less than 4 sets in an individual week per muscle group, good luck maximizing growth. You're not going to maximize growth on like 3 sets in a week. It's just not going to happen. Doesn't mean that you can't like grow, but you're not going to maximize growth on that. So simple as that. Wait a darn minute. Who is that? Who is that?
Whoa.
Is that Timu TNF?
What up? Nice to see you. I thought I saw you earlier. Where'd you go? You been out there?
Yeah.
Nice.
I didn't realize both you and Noah were coming in.
Bro, what do you think? I was not gonna come in?
No, I saw. Oh yeah, I saw the thing about being in the airport. Like, oh, I didn't even know he was coming.
Yeah.
But-
You live right now?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I don't know why I had you guys facing that way. It's my bad. It's Blake.
Sure.
As you guys know, I'm nutrition narc. Was your flight good?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Actually, I flew from the East Coast. I was with my girlfriend in Maryland. So I had a direct flight here.
Your girlfriend's in Maryland?
Yeah, she right outside of DC.
How'd that happen?
Instagram, you know how it be, bro? Online.
Slid into your DMs then?
Pretty much, that's how it be, bro. Nothing exposed.
Blake's too famous for his own good.
No, bro.
He gets his pick. He gets his pick of the litter.
Okay. I picked the best if you're watching me.
Hey, there you go.
Have you been linking up with Greg?
Yeah. Yeah, that's been interesting. Wait, we haven't talked since then, have we?
I don't think so. Maybe texted a little
Oh, that's true. Yeah, no, that was an interesting time.
Yeah.
His personality, as far as the way he handles things in person, versus it's like 2 separate people.
Yeah. I know. People don't realize like that they're putting on a show. You know what I'm saying? Like the biggest example of that is like Max. Like when people would meet him in person, they'd be poking him, expecting him to be like this big thing, and he's just a chill guy, bro. Just hanging out.
How you doing? Where'd you come from? Did you come from home?
Nashville.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. How's music going, man?
It's going good. I love
Yeah?
it. Yeah.
Are you writing for other people as well?
All the time. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Producing, taking their money, bro.
These people can't write, so you got to make them look
Dude,
good.
It's so funny. All the country, like, there's a ton of people out there that just trust fund kids, and they're just like, I need an album. And then
Nepo babies.
yeah. Nepo
Guys,
babies.
if you wanna see some good music,
Ooh.
Noah Steverson.
Noah,
Do you still go by Noah Steverson?
A-B-E-Y,
A-B?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
A-B-E-Y.
A-B what?
E-Y.
E-Y.
Like
A-B-E-Y.
Abe with a Y.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. What's the thing behind
Oh,
that?
that was my brother's nickname. He got me into music, so.
Gotcha. Yeah. This guy's got a voice and a half.
Voice of an angel, you know?
Yeah.
I will let you get back to it.
Oh, I didn't realize you were live.
I
I was like, what are you talking
Oh, I'm just. I'm breaking the fourth wall.
Bro, you should have warned him before.
Wait, yeah.
Hey, look him up though. Seriously, he's really good. That guy just did he just did a reverse dap and hit it perfectly. That's skill right there. All right, I think we're just gonna do one set. We did 2 sets for the incline, so we'll probably just do 1 for the pec deck today. This machine needs some WD-40. You know when you start to do the movement, you can already feel that it's like gripping. It's too grippy. Need the iron unk method. Need to go get some WD-40. So the way that I try to structure my stuff when it comes to any work, any split that I do, is I try to do weaker points first, middle points in the middle, stronger points last. So today, obviously we're training the shoulders, the chest, and the triceps. Chest is the weakest, shoulders next, then triceps. So we're going on to shoulder movement. And this is one of my favorite exercises for the shoulders. Unilateral, lateral raise. I personally don't really like doing this machine with 2 arms. It's not because it's bad, it's just what I find is at least for me anatomically, I have like a little bit of a sticking point when the path is forced to be straight out to the side. And it's kind of like gets awkward past this point. So I don't feel like I take things as short as I could, or if I do, then I'm like kind of like almost weirdly pulling myself out of position. So what I do when I do these is I just have a slight angle, not anything crazy, right? Like I see some people, they'll set up on this and they'll pull from here. Not like that, just like a slight angle so that I can pull just a little bit out to this direction. And then that feels best for me. But let's get to a set, enough yapping. Ooh. 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 Okay. Oh. That one right there is for all the people that say you can't get an effective set with 4 reps for the side delts. Why not? Why not? Like, do you have a good reason for that? No, you don't. Never will. We'll hit 2 sets for the shoulders. I haven't been hitting my shoulders enough lately, so I wanna give them a little bit more. Let's do this. Ooh. Ooh. All right, on to the JM close grip hybrid. One of my favorite tricep exercises, but I've been slacking on it. I'm not gonna lie, I've been slacking. Need to really start pushing for it again. I need to start building it back up. My triceps I've really allowed to take a back seat recently, just because like obviously they're my strongest body part. But it's come at a cost, right? Like I've literally, my arms have literally downsized because I've treated them that much as a side note. Which it's like, sure, I don't want my arms to be the only part of my physique that shows up, but it's still nice to have big arms. So I should probably start taking them more seriously again. It begins today. Oh. All right. Okay. I want to do 2 sets, so stop a little short so I don't completely die on the next set. Let's set this up, make it work for today. Oh yeah, it's definitely a little tight. Perception of effort through the roof. All right. Okay, this is way lighter than I expected it to be. Probably because this thing's got me so stable. So a lot heavier, a lot heavier. Ooh. 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 Oh. Yeah, that is, I'm not gonna lie, that is sick. That exercise is disgusting. Beautiful. And our last exercise to finish out the workout, we're just gonna do an overhead extension. Oh, but why do an overhead extension? Oh, no. Who the frick cares? I don't care what people have tried to persuade you of. It's still a good exercise. that is the chest, triceps, and delts day. So, it was a good time, good time. Now, the reason I didn't call it a push day, as you can see, is because there was only one push exercise there. Everything else is just tricep extensions, flies, and lateral raises. So, calling it a push day is kind of a misnomer. So instead, I call it a chest, tris, and shoulders day. As always, love you guys, appreciate you guys. TNF out.